自台湾. Hi, my name's Jacqueline and I'm from Taiwan.
Nama saya Soleha binti Salim. Saya berasal dari Bangi, Malaysia. My name is Soleha Salim. I am from Bangi, Malaysia.
नमस्ते, मेरा नाम प्रणय केजरीवाल है और मैं इंडिया से हूँ. Hi, my name is Pranay Kejriwal. I'm an international student from India.
أهلا اسمي مروة حرق أنا من ليبيا. Hi, my name is Marwa Harik and I'm from Libya.
Hai, nama saya Dian dari Indonesia. My name is Dian and I'm from Indonesia.
I am a double major in economics and environmental policy analysis.
I'm still undeclared, but I'm thinking about like either biochemistry or MPB.
Currently, I'm studying international relations and economics, and I'm also planning to minor in French.
I'm currently studying food science with an emphasis in microbiology.
I'm majoring in geology.
Around 2.5 years.
Almost 3 years now.
This is my third year at UC Davis.
1 quarter and 2 weeks.
This is my second year here at UC Davis.
Okay, that's kind of like funny, but like I thought like the whole like the US is all about like, you know, tall buildings and like, you know, but when I first came here I was so surprised that they have like a really beautiful nature.
Mean Girls. Movies mostly.
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I first got to the United States. I'd heard a lot of different things about how it would be a lot different from home and, you know, culture-wise.
Before I came here, I was expecting Davis to be not as diverse, so I was picturing maybe white Americans predominantly on campus, but after I started school, I realized there are so many different races or cultures represented in Davis. I picked UC Davis mainly because of its environment. I checked out the website and I really liked the Arboretum and also how big the campus was. And it is also really close to where my relatives live in the US.
For the agriculture food science program.
When I first came here, I was going to go to the Kaplan Center in Berkeley to learn the language English, but then I met like some of my friends and they live here in Davis and they really recommended the extension at UC Davis and they said it's really good at learning English, so I was like, yeah, okay, why not? And then when I lived here, I kind of like loved the campus, and so I decided to also apply to UC Davis.
I wanted a liberal arts education, and two, I've always had an interest in the environmental sciences, and Davis seemed like the most apt choice for me, considering, you know, how reputed it is for environmental science.
Because it's an honor institute that focuses more on research, so that interested me. Downtown, just because it's so lively, especially at nighttime.
I like how downtown there are a lot of shops that you can go to and also restaurants.
I love downtown. It's really beautiful and it's kind of like cozy, especially like in Christmas period and stuff.
Last year, the Arboretum was my favorite spot. I would come here at least 2 times a week.
My favorite spot at Davis is actually the Student Community Center. It has, you know, it's kind of a representation of the diversity that this campus provides.
I want to say the language, especially in classes. Sometimes I feel like, even though like I feel like I'm kind of like in that level where I understand like most of the things and I can like manage myself in speaking the language, but still sometimes I feel like, oh my god, they're speaking in English, so this is like, you know, sometimes it comes as a shock.
I think the biggest challenge for me is that a lot of Americans, they don't have a good understanding about different cultures. So sometimes maybe things I do or things I say, they don't really understand what I'm saying, or sometimes things that I do can be offensive to them in a way. So I feel like it's definitely the difference in culture that's been the biggest challenge for me.
Adjusting to, you know, how the education system in the United States works in terms of how courses are administered and, the grading system.
Adjusting to the quarter system just because everything is so fast and you just don't have time to think about what you have to do next. You just go with the flow and just get everything done.
I think finding a community was hardest for me because when I first came here, I had none of my high school friends are here. Not even anyone from my city goes to UC Davis. So I wasn't sure who to go to. But then I found the International Students Club and it kind of started from there.
I think SISS played a big role in helping me. I went to some of their workshops and they were really helpful.
They act as a great support system for all international students at UC Davis. I've personally seen Sheetal a couple of times because sometimes you just need someone to talk to.
My advisor really helped me a lot with my visa procedure and with my I-20 and everything, so I kind of felt safe.
Also, the International Students Club, just a great way to just connect students, all international students.
And I got to meet a lot of people, and then they started introducing me to a lot of other new clubs.
After I joined in my freshman year, I met a lot of people, especially international students, and then I also did a lot of activities with ISC, and now I'm actually part of the board members. So
I also joined the Food Science Club, and then it also helped me establish my knowledge more on my department, and I got to know more people from there.
Maybe if we have more specialists, especially in the writing and stuff, like if they just provide a special service for international students in terms of the language and everything. So
I think that one thing that needs to be changed is to help international students find jobs in the U.S. This is definitely the hardest thing that I'm facing right now, as well as I'm almost graduating.
Unity, because we tend to see that everyone from each country just tends to stick to their own.
I'd honestly like to see a lot more opportunities for international students on this campus. I feel like even though there are a substantial number of opportunities for international students, I feel like we're still restricted in a few ways with, in terms of what we can do and what we're allowed to do, rather.
So far, I think UC Davis has been really good with the international students. There's a lot of resources and people are really willing to help us.
Something that's strange, something that people aren't usually comfortable with. At least that's how I've heard my friends using the word sketchy.
Hella is very hella awesome,
Her head is it's how do you explain it? I know it, but it's like someone who doesn't understand basic things is the best I can explain it.
it cost me an arm and a leg. It was of course, it cost me a fortune or something.